Hey Alexander, how are you?
Hello, Antonelia. How are you?
Good, I'm very good myself. Thank you for connecting with me today. I know it's pretty early for you. I don't know if you just finished your work shift or starting one.
Well, it's Friday the 13th in the Philippines today. It's already 5 a.m. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this interview.
Thank you for accommodating this. I'll go over the meeting and then of course you can have some rest. So thank you for your time again, Alexander. You can call me Anto, by the way. I've been working here some time already, and I will helping the team to find and engage with candidates that might be a good fit for our talent network. So I'll start by telling you a little bit more. Pretty much what we are is a talent company, a talent platform. So the company was founded by graduates of the Harvard Business School and the Wharton School of Business in the United States. And as mentioned previously, what we're doing is connecting companies and accounting firms from the United States with high quality professionals from the areas of accounting, finance, and tax, pretty much exclusively. So we're talking with candidates from all parts of the world, including the Philippines, overall South Asia, and Latin America as well, to find people who is really good at what they do and connect them and give them access to remote opportunities. And we work with full-time and part-time opportunities as well, so we can discuss about what you find most convenient also for yourself. So that's a very brief overview of, and well, I like to hear about your background and experience, so if you can walk me through that, it would be great.
Right, sure. Thank you so much for that introduction. So excited because when you mentioned about Harvard Business School, I felt so excited because Harvard is Harvard, right? And it will be a
That's
pleasure to be part of the team. So I am best fit with because I saw that my with different accounting firms in the US, and that was exactly 8 years of professional career, is working with accounting firms in the US. So
okay.
basically, I've been an accountant or bookkeeper for 8 years now, and I'm using QuickBooks Online. So it feels like I'm very much fit with your job description, with your I mean, when I read your the profile of an accountant, it really feels like I'm the one that you're looking for. And yeah, I'm very proficient with QuickBooks Online, and I work with 8 accounting firms that is based in New York, Arizona, Florida, California, Pennsylvania, and Texas. We communicate with the vendors. We don't just present financials, but we also communicate with the vendors via email. So that's why when I saw, it really feels like I can be in a stable, more stable at your company.
That's great. Actually, can you tell me a little bit more about this one?
I'm exposed to different industries such as real estate, construction, e-commerce, technology, care, nonprofit organizations, and many more. Where I had the opportunity to work with so many industries, and that I learned a lot from them, not just from the CPAs or my boss in the accounting firm, but also to the business owners in general. So yeah, it was a pleasure working as an accountant.
Interesting. And so currently, I mean, are you still working or are you still being outsourced through MAPTA?
Not no already. I'm a freelancer right now. I have
Part time that you are engaged right now? What kind of responsibilities do you have? Which type of the accounting are you helping? Is it month like end to end, or do you focus in any particular activities? If you can just give me a little bit more insight of how this like a regular day look like for you at work.
Yeah, my pleasure. So I'm working with an accounting firm right now that is based in
Mhm.
New York. So it's a New York-based accounting firm. So I do end-to-end accounting. So I do recording of income and expenses or categorization of income and expenses. I do bank and credit card reconciliations. I also do loans reconciliation, escrow. I also manage the accounts payable and receivables. And I also do prepare and review financial statements. I also communicate with directly with the business owners, and I also prepare 1099, and I also prepare sales tax filing, and I'm also experienced with Delaware tax filing. So it's pretty much also do payroll processing.
Okay. Interesting. And so, what kind of, you mentioned that you have 15 clients. From what kind of industries? As you said before, like real estate, construction, nonprofit organizations, like a
Right.
mix of pretty much everything?
Right. It's a mixture of everything. Mostly real estate, construction, e-commerce,
Mhm.
salon, parlor, salon. So they are small
Okay.
business. Yeah, it's a boutique salon, and then that's
Mhm.
mainly real estate and construction.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for sharing all that. That's great. So very well. So yeah. So from what I see, also you in the past you work with different. I mean, for example, with TOA. So I imagine that they also helped you engage with different clients. And nowadays, you do that like by yourself through any platforms, or just from previous contacts and connections, or how are you getting your projects from?
For example, this referred to me by Michelle Ray, if you know Michelle Ray.
Oh,
She's also from TOA. So TOA and MAPA is based in the Philippines. So
yeah.
if you will hire me, I will also bring more people in. I have good
Mhm.
connection with
That's great.
best accountants. They're better than me. So I have good network of good accountants. So yeah, it's
Yeah. Awesome. No, I was just curious about how did you, you know, how normally would you connect with your clients and then accounting firms in the US. So currently, for example, working at this CPA, who are you reporting to? Is like the owner of the company, or there's like a manager, or
so I usually report with for the financial preparation, or when I before I submit the financials to the business owners, I still send it for approval to my to the CPA of the accounting firm, which is my boss. So I'm directly reporting with the CEO, and then the CEO will approve, and then I will send it directly to the business owners. But in terms of communications, like for example, there are open items or there are questions that needs client clarifications, it will be directly to the business owners.
okay, I see. And are your do you have any other team members, or you're working mainly as an individual contributor here at this company?
So I'm the most senior in this company. I'm already 4 years with this with this New York accounting firm. So I'm the senior one. So sometimes my client will tap me to guide the new hires of the bookkeepers here. So I act like as a point of contact in this company
Okay.
already. So
Okay.
yeah, I act like a senior. She's tapping me as a manager, but I really feel like I still need to earn the managerial
Mhm.
position. I don't want to take it as a privilege, but I want to earn. I feel like there's so much to learn more, but yeah,
Hands
but
on.
yeah.
The clients that you're working with are they, for example, accrual or cash basis accounting?
Oh, cash basis. Ever since
Cash.
it's cash basis, there are really accruals, but most of the time cash basis.
Okay. But you are familiar? Can you do accruals?
Yes, I can do accruals.
Okay. What about the software? You mentioned being proficient with QBO, but are there, and ADP you mentioned as well, but are there any other tools that you use regularly?
Well, yeah. Regularly, I use Microsoft Office. I use ChatGPT. I use Gusto Payroll also. I use Canopy. In general, or in my 8 years, I'm also able to use Asana, ClickUp, Smart Vault, Google Drive, Asana Monday.com. I will also been using that, and then let me just look at my desktop to see the apps, because
That's okay. I mean, just to have an overall idea, but that's great. Those are many tools, so that's
yeah.
interesting. Okay, Alexander. So I do have two accounting questions that I would like to go over. So it would be great if you have a piece of paper to write down some numbers, or perhaps you can use a blank Excel sheet as well.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Let me just Excel. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so let's say there is a company that buys a machine for $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
The machine has a useful life of 5 years. It depreciates on a straight line basis and has no salvage value. Then, after 3 full years of use, the company sells the machine for $8,000 in cash. Can you tell me the journal entries for the sale of the machine?
Wait, one moment, please. So the life is 10 years, and it was sold for.
No. So the life of the machine is 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sold after 3 full years of use for $8,000.
Full years of use. I'm thinking, can I use ChatGPT? No.
Not really.
Okay, I'm using Excel. So let me just. It was sold for 8,000. I will use my brain. So.
It's acquired for $10,000. It has 5 full years of life of useful life, and it was sold after 3 full years of use for $8,000 in cash.
Mm-hmm.
So what I need is to know the journal entries for the sale of the machine.
Okay. I hope right.
Mhm.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
try. So debit cash for 8,000, debit
Mm-hmm.
accumulated depreciation for 6,000, and then
Mm-hmm.
credit machine, the asset itself, 10,000, and then
Mm-hmm.
credit gain or gain, let me just say, gain for 6,000. Gain on the sale of asset.
Mm-hmm. It's partly correct. So the credit gain is not right.
Ah, yeah, wait, so I'm so sorry. 14 less than 4, 4,000. The gain should be 4. Oh my god, thank. Yeah, but the
It's
entry
correct.
is
It's
correct,
correct.
right?
No worries. No, I noticed. I mean, just a small mistake, but you get the idea properly. I When I get a wrong result, it would be something like loss for $2,000, and I'm like, no, that's correct.
That's
That's
okay.
not correct. So no worries.
Right.
Let's. I have the other one. So in this case, let's say there is a software company and they sell a subscription product to their customers with an annual or an yearly subscription. The company charged this annual fee $12,000 and they charge upfront at the beginning of the year on January 1st. And then the customer can use the product for the rest of the year. So, at the time at which the software company charges the $12,000 in cash as a payment for the annual subscription, how would the software company book this transaction? Is what's a debit and what's a credit? The software company that is selling, not the one that is buying.
So I'm pretty sure the credit will be accrued income. The debit
And then,
is cash.
and
Accrued
for
software
the
income
values.
at 12,000.
And you mentioned credit. How did you call it?
Accrued software income
Uh-huh.
or income.
And what happens after 1 month goes by? How would be the next journal entry you post?
It's gonna be should be debit debit accrued income for 1,000 and then income for 1,000. I mean the accrued income will be a liability and then the income will be in the profit and loss for 1,000.
Okay. Perfect. And what type of account? So you mentioned that's a liability, and why is that a liability? If you can
Because
briefly.
yeah, because this is actually the accrual basis. I mean accrual process that we should in accrual system we should not recognize an income when it is not yet earned or delivered. In this case,
Mhm.
the 12,000 was received upfront, so there was no delivery yet, or the income or the whole 12,000 was not yet earned. So it will be practical to record it as a liability. Be
Mhm.
conservative or to properly account as this is an income that is yet to be earned.
Perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, that's correct, Alexander. So great. You didn't need ChatGPT for this. You know this. You're a good accountant.
I trust my brain
Great.
today.
That's good. So
Thank you.
just to confirm, would you be only interested in part-time opportunities, or you're open to perhaps consider anything full-time as well?
I'm looking forward for full time, but I wanted to start as part time, if that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah, I need to earn. I need to earn my performance yet before going to the full time.
Okay. Perfect. Um, and lastly, and we keep this information strictly confidential, but it will help us understand in terms of what you will be expecting or how can we offer something competitive. So, do you mind describing what is your current compensation like?
I'm earning are currently with my current client. I'm
Okay.
expecting to earn dollars per hour in this role.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Just making sure that I write the right information. So, Alexander, the way our process works here, we have this initial conversation with many candidates. And for those who seem like a good fit for our talent network, we move them forward in the process. So, if that's the case, you get to meet one of the co founders. So, either Aman or Molly, they will be taking the final round interview. And if that conversation goes well, you can, you're going to be accepted into my and being part of the network is one more way to get access to job opportunities. So once you are part of it, can start sharing with you opportunities that you can always review and decide if you want to accept them or not. So then, of course, if you accept them, we will walk you through the next steps in order to meet the client and so on. So that's pretty much how it works. We keep all of the rest of the information through email. Also, for example, for the update I will share with you early next week about your process, that will be through email. So keep an eye on that. And yeah, that's pretty much everything on my end. I don't know if you have any comments or questions.
Hmm. Thank you. That was tough, though. That was tough interview. But let me just ask. It feels like you're an accountant. You're
Me?
yeah, you're an accountant.
No, I am a recruiter that is specialized in doing and looking for accountants,
Accounting. Ah,
but
okay.
I'm not a psychologist actually.
Gotcha. Yeah. But that was
So I can trick people's minds
yeah.
to
You have a
be
good
some.
job. You have a good job. I mean, doing that assessment, it's really a must. How do I ace the interview with Aman and Molly? Do you have any tips for me to ace the interview?
So yeah, definitely. So pretty much you should always. I noticed that now I think that you're from a computer, so always enter any job interviews from a computer. Some people use their phones because they just believe because the quality of the image is better, that's better, but actually not, because if I have to screen share or you have to screen share, you cannot do that from a phone. So that's already something like an inconvenience. So you want to avoid that. And it also it doesn't look that professional. So always join from your computer, and they will be a little bit more going with more depth into the questions. They would like to know, how do you do things? How do you supervise team members? How do you review their work? How do you communicate with your clients? They want to go a little bit more in depth with a lot of stuff that you normally do on a daily basis. So just feel free to provide clear information on how do you do your work, and that will be pretty much it.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Can I get the full name of them because I wanna get their background in LinkedIn so I know what to answer, because sometimes it's really a matter of knowing the background of the interviewer, whether if it's a CPA or a business person, because they have different perspective in a way. So
Of
is
course.
are they both CPA or accountants, Aman and
Did
Molly?
I contacted you, or did I you apply through
I applied via website in my.
and who redirected you to my link? I did. I sent you the email.
Yeah,
Okay.
you emailed
I'm gonna share with you I'm gonna share that their profiles by LinkedIn.
me.
Okay?
Thank you. Yeah,
I'll do
thank
that
you, Angela.
just now. Just a sec, and yeah, so you can find it over LinkedIn.
Thank you so much.
Sure. So appreciate your time today,
Yeah, me
Alexander,
too.
and keep you posted as I said through email. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Nelia.
Bye bye.